All right, welcome to the show. I'm Johnny Turbo, and this is a little something different from me wrenching and racing on my Subaru Forester. Today, we need to talk about something a little bit different, a little crazy. Jerry Seinfeld, he loves his love for Subarus. Did anybody else see this on the Smoking Tire podcast? I happened to catch that. He was just about to talk about driving his S209, I think out in Southern California or something like that. But the conversation got cut off. What happened? Why did it get cut off? I don't know. Did it get cut off? Let's watch it together and find out. But it seemed that somehow the interviewee or interviewer, Matt Farah, who's, right, he's a writer, journalist, been on TV shows, the whole thing. But he somehow steered that conversation away from the Subaru story and the conversation as a whole, that it did appear to me that one Mr. Jerry Seinfeld was about to get into. And I was literally on the edge of my seat about to get into this, and it just did not go down the way that I was going to hope it was, or I was hoping to hear some stories. Not to say, I guess throughout the whole conversation, they were stepping on Jerry a little bit, kind of going off, and rather than letting Jerry just talk. Now, Jerry, if you're out there and you're seeing this video, listen, you can come on this show. You can be the first one to appear on here, and I will let you tell that story, my friend, with no interruptions, and we can bring it to any directions you would like. And that would be amazing. I could think of a bunch of questions I'd like to ask, but I would probably just sit there and let you tell me your whole story and your feelings and emotions with the Subaru brand, and then why the S209. I can probably assume why, but I don't want to. Listen, come on the show, Jerry. Jerry, there's an open door for you, buddy. I don't need 90 minutes. We can just do this over the interwebs. Have your people get, you know what? Listen, Jerry, get a hold of me, buddy. I would love you to come on the show. Let's watch this video.
So one thing I miss about not living in LA is driving all day. But I don't think driving in LA is
driving
like
in LA has become less fun.
It's less fun, yeah. But in the 80s and 90s, it was great.
Everyone just tells me just sunset to PCH, just back to sunset.
Great. Yeah, you just go by, if you go at times. I have a Subaru S209. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
What?
And I drove it from Beverly Hills, Sunset to the 405 2 nights ago. What a great car.
You have one of those now?
That's awesome.
Yes. I love Subarus.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What?
How did I never know this about you, that you love special Subarus?
Yeah, I love special Subarus.
Because of the flat engines?
Yeah.
Special
I like
Subarus.
their attitude.
What was the first Subaru you ever
The attitude, see?
Um,
The first Subaru you own. What kind of
I
question
think
is
it was
that?
probably
That kind of question.
the WRX STI record attempt car.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
I got that one, and then the 209
wow.
was better than that, so I got that, and I sold it, and then I just bought it back last
Oh, a
week,
buyback.
and now I'm totally in love with it.
How interesting that you have a secret Subaru habit.
Yes, I do.
Secret Subaru habit.
I'm into
Yeah.
this.
Oh, really?
I had
Yeah.
an 06 for a couple
Yeah,
years.
they're
See how they're
Is the
stepping all over
22B on your radar? Are you
I'm aware of it.
22B.
Looks
That
pretty cool.
is fantastic.
Get out of here,
Yeah, have you
fanboy.
driven it?
22B.
Is it great?
Yeah.
The,
yeah.
the
All right,
one you want is
buddy.
the Pro Drive one. That's
The
full
one
carbon.
you want.
Yeah,
See what I
That's
mean?
not doesn't have as much provenance,
Right.
but they do
Shut
full
up
carbon
and let him
body, so
talk.
it's lighter and even
Yeah.
more insane.
There's not too many, here's what's gone. Here, and you're too young. My friend, Sam, so he just got an incredible Volvo P1800, a red car, 10,000 original miles. When I started with cars, the way companies expressed their national character through these machines was so entertaining, right?
Yeah.
And this precious few left
Yeah.
that do it. And I think Subaru is one. They express their national character, and the Japanese automotive character is fantastic. They have a great automotive passion, and I love what they do. So
In like the 70s, the cars were so of their
Here's where it
countries.
changes.
Like think
Yes,
about
but not like the
He was just
60s.
about to go down the Subaru
60s,
road.
yeah, but I was thinking about French cars in the 70s.
No one
being
wants to
so
hear it right
insane.
now.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
dude.
insane.
You know, with like the one spoke.
Look at Jerry sitting there all
Citroen
comfortable.
wheel where one
yeah.
spoke and it's at
like,
3
come
o'clock.
on.
People are like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Just
yeah.
ate some acid and went to the office.
I had a
that day.
Dochevo for a couple of years.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're in the same way the old Porsches are simple. Kind of.
Yeah.
Everyone I know who owns one or has driven one a lot love it. And these are car people,
Stop.
journalists. Like Harris has one, Sam has one.
Really?
They just love
what is
those
this?
machines.
Yeah. I think Andrew Frankel's got one
He's
as well.
really?
Making me angry.
Yeah. I don't think it would work in LA.
You're
I don't
making
think
me
it would
angry.
hold up to
No,
LA
no.
traffic.
No.
This is
LA
actually
traffic. He
it's
was about to
become
go
a
down
tough city for
Subaru
sports
Road.
cars because it's just so much traffic. It's hard on the cars. So I got to get. I'm getting up at like 6 a.m. to go drive.
Oh my God! So what?
And then it's
Look
glorious.
at Jerry's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a
Jerry's
like, a
like,
6
yeah,
a.m.
yeah,
run up
whatever,
the hill.
dude.
Right.
I don't care. Oh my God.
When I
Right,
read
one
in
more
an
second,
interview
then
that
we'll-
you talked about meditation being like really useful for. You said what was the exact quote? It's a great tool for making things make sense.
Never said that.
You blew it. You had it all and you blew it.
Yep, there we go.
But
And that's never said that. All right, so no, he didn't say that. And it's like I'm not obviously these are two heavy hitters on podcast here. I get it. But I mean this particular interview they were just yapping when they didn't need to yap. I mean I could bring it back. You know what? So let's bring it back to just a little bit right here.
I like their attitude.
So he
What was
likes
the first
Subaru
Subaru you
attitude.
ever
See?
owned?
Oh, and then right here,
I
that's
like
what did
their
it.
attitude.
What was the first Subaru you ever owned?
First Subaru he ever owned. Are you kidding me, bro? He's about to go down Subaru Alley, Subaru Road. A good conversation. Just listen to Jerry, the guy with a. I mean, we looked at us. What was the first Subaru
I think it
you
was
owned?
probably the
What does that even matter?
WRX STI record attempt car. I sold it and then I just bought
so
it
we got
back.
these cars
I'm
back.
aware of it.
22B.
Looks pretty cool.
Is fantastic.
Great.
Is
then-
the 22B on your radar?
And then he
I'm
asked about
aware
the
of it.
22B.
Looks pretty cool.
Is
Jerry,
fantastic.
I'm aware
Yeah,
of
have you
it.
driven
Like he's
it?
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
is
you
it
driven.
great?
Jerry's like,
Yeah.
you're an
The
idiot.
one
Is
you
what
want is the
Jerry's
program
basically saying
one
right
that's full
now.
carbon.
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
is that what he needs? The full carbon one?
Drive one that's
No,
full
dude.
carbon.
Yeah, the-
That's
that
not,
what you
doesn't
need,
have
buddy?
as much provenance,
Right.
but they do full carbon body. So it's
Yeah,
lighter,
great for
even
you,
Yeah.
buddy. Do you have one?
There's
No.
not too
Then
many.
Shut
you
up.
know, here's what's gone. Here, and you're too young. My friend, Sam. So he just got an incredible Volvo P1800, a red car, 10,000 original miles. When I started with cars, the way companies expressed their national character through these machines was so entertaining, right? Yeah. And this precious few left that do it.
Yeah,
and I think
Subaru.
Subaru was one.
Let's go.
They expressed their national character, and the Japanese
Let's go.
automotive character is fantastic. They have a great automotive passion, and I love what they do. So
in like the 70s, the
right
cars
here.
were so of their countries.
Oh, and that's right there where he changes the conversation. I'm pretty sure. All right, let's see where this goes. But I think that's it. And now he introduces something else
Like,
into the
think about
yeah, but
conversation.
not like the 60s.
60s, too, yeah.
And
But
Jerry's
I'm
just gonna
thinking, I
drink
was
his
thinking
coffee,
about French
let this
cars
guy
in the
yap.
70s
You know,
being so
Jerry's gonna let the guy
insane.
talk.
Yeah, it's so insane.
You know, with like
He
the
was just
one
about to start
spoke
talking about the Subaru and
Citroen
their
wheel
passion
where
in Japanese.
yeah.
one spoke and it's at 3 o'clock. People
Talking
are
about
like,
a one-spoke wheel.
spoke up and just
Extremely
ate some
French.
acid and went to the
I
office.
had a Dochevo for a couple of years.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're in the same way the old Porsches are simple. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Everyone I know who owns one or has driven
Oh,
one a
my-
lot.
and then this
love
thing.
it. And these are car
And then
people,
that's
journalists,
it.
like,
And then
Really
this would
useful for
Then here you
tool
go.
for making things. You
Here
said
you go.
what
That's what
was
it's
the
all
exact
about
quote?
right he even has a quote.
You said what was the exact quote?
I just realized he just even has the quote written down. You got to find it and make sure he gets it right.
It's a great tool for making things make sense.
I love
Never
this.
said that.
I
Okay,
love
next.
that, dude.
Yep, there we go.
But
I love that. Never said it, Jerry says. So this, I mean, I would have loved to have heard everything Jerry Seinfeld would have said or could have said about Subaru and the Japanese culture showing through in their automotive manufacturers, specifically Subaru is what he was saying. And I think there's a lot that could have been there that was left on the table. And they, started talking about 3-spoke wheel cars and what is your favorite Subaru, or what was your first Subaru? Which, I mean, here's the thing. And listen, Johnny Turbo, that's like not a bad question. Maybe you had a bunch. Listen, it is a bad, but he already said at the beginning of this conversation that you guys cut off, you cut down the size and chopped it up, is that he was driving an S209 and he also had the Legacy Type RA, which I think is what he said. Is that what he said? All right. You know what? Do I got to go back to what he said?
The RA, WRX, STI record attempt car.
Okay, so it wasn't a Legacy. It was a WRX Type RA, which was nasty, and then he got the S209, which is correct, is a step ahead of that. But between both of those cars, he just said he had both limited production, both awesome Subaru cars. Especially, I mean, I'd like to know more about the what year the RA was. I guess there could be a few different years, but I'm pretty sure the S209 was like a 2019-ish maybe year up or something like that car. But still, he said both those cars, and all you're going to ask about is what was his first Subaru. When at one time he had an a Type RA, a WRX World Rally Attempt Type RA, and then he also has the S209. You couldn't ask a question about one of those cars. You had to ask, what is your first Subaru? Oh, it was, my first Subaru was like an Impreza. He would have been like, all right, and then where does that conversation go? Nowhere. Where does it go? Nowhere. It goes into the garbage where that whole Subaru conversation went. That's where the whole thing went to, in the garbage. Jerry, I swear, if you're out there, buddy, listen, I mean, I'm not going to fanboy you or like talk over you. I just rather you. I'm really interested in someone who can afford a bunch of cars, but I mean, I don't even really care about that. I think it's just cool that you, as the individual that you are, and you, and as you're just a car enthusiast, I'd say, really, when it comes down to it, and that with all that, you mentioned Subaru and their culture, their nationality, how it represented in the car, and what you were talking about, the simplicity earlier and some of the other cars in the design. I'd love to hear that story, and I think the whole community really needs to hear a story like that from someone of your stature, I guess I would say. Do I call you Mr. Seinfeld? I don't know, but I'm gonna call you Jerry, if that's okay. You can call me Johnny, Johnny Turbo. You can call me whatever you want, but you can say, "Hey, kid." I don't care, buddy, but the world should know more about the Subaru and what it means to you, the cars that you chose to have. And as a matter of fact, actually, now I think about it as cars to have, I believe you also curated the cars that were in the background of that video. I believe you said there was 6 cars maybe in the background. I think we showed a couple.
When we got here, your gentleman, Robert, who was awesome, he said, I'm moving some things around. I go, okay. And it was only when you literally walked in the door that we learned that you chose the 7 cars in this room for us specifically. Can you give us just a once around the room, and then give a one sentence maybe about each car, what you love about it?
Jerry, did you notice that they didn't really lack a lot of interest in the cars? And maybe it was prior to the video or post video that they were really like, wow, these are sick cars. But I don't think we ever got back to saying why you chose those cars or what all those cars meant to you, or like, you know what I'm saying? He asked you to give a quick one sentence characterization of each of the cars you have, which are all probably some amazing examples of whatever car they are. But Jerry, can you give me the 6 cars you specifically chose out of your 50-car catalog collection? Could you just give me go through them real quick and give me a one-sentence breakdown of why you chose or something like that? I mean, that is corny as heck, I think we could have spent a lot of time going through each of those cars and asked why you chose those things. I mean, there could have been so much more interesting things. And I don't even, listen, if I show up and you got a whole plethora of Subarus in the background, guaranteed I'm going to be fanboying at every one of those Subarus, because I think that each one on their own is pretty awesome. But I'm not asking for that. We can do this over the phone on the interwebs, my friend, okay? But I think the world needs to hear it, and I'd like to be the one to help you get it out there. I don't think you need anybody else. Look, I'm just a guy in a studio at my house. I am a regular guy, but I do love Subarus and I love stories, and I think that's going to be a lot of what this is going to be on my channel going forward. I think I want to bring this in, talk about automotive things, talk about Subarus, and just kind of reach out more to have another way to get to the audience, reach out the vibes, and just keep this excitement going for cars in general. And I think there should be a big appreciation for what was in the past. I absolutely love that. So with that being said, I mean, Jerry, hand is out there. Let's go, buddy. I don't know how I don't even know how a word even travels up 1,000 million stories that you are above me in this in this world. But I'm on the interwebs. You're on the interwebs. You might see this. I think the story needs to be had, needs to be told. But it was great to hear what short few moments you did have. The S209, I am definitely intrigued with. What and I mean, as I'm on my way out, what do you guys think? Am I being too harsh on Matt Farah and Smoking Podcast for that interview? Am I being too harsh, or do you guys think the same? Leave a comment. Tell me I'm an idiot. I mean, maybe I'm just seeing things. I think they dropped the ball big time on that Subaru conversation. I think they just kind of dog walked all over him, and you stepped all over that conversation with Subarus. It's unfortunate. But Johnny Turbo is here to maybe save the day. Let's get the word out. Jerry, we could have a good conversation, I guarantee, and that'll be it for today. Thank you for watching. And that's it. You guys be safe out on the road. And guess what? Mash that loud pedal, baby. Yes. All right. We out.